Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scale Help on Facebook, and of course this channel, ScanNCut Jam Sessions. Okay, so this is the file that I've been working on. I started this way back, I think the end of March, and then had some issues, but we're trying to get this finished now. Okay, you've seen this. I did the video on how to export outlines. But now we want to get into using this embroidery coupled with HTV, and I also want to hit on using that really cool glitter embroidery glitter vinyl, because a lot of it looks like HTV and it's not, and HTV is heat transfer vinyl. So I have this, and I have it all saved, and I have it all done up here. I have stuff saved and all that. So now let's go through here. Okay, so I digitized all of this, but now we have to start breaking it apart and thinking how we want to use what with what. So I am going to use, I don't know if I'm going to use fabric yet for the wing pieces, okay? But I have it saved so that if I choose to, I can use fabric in any part of this, including the words. Or I can use vinyl, or I can stitch it. So I have effectively saved every piece of this so that I can use it for whatever I want, okay? And I use the Embrilliance platform, and I digitized this using Stitch Artist. I have level 3, but you can actually get away with doing this, I'm pretty sure, with just using essentials and breaking it apart. Granted, you can't, you probably, no, I think you can. I think you can get in it to use every part of this. But I also use ScanNCut a lot, and that comes in really handy. And I'll show you why. Let's flip on over here to this. Okay. So here I brought in what would be, let me bring this up for you here. Well, I brought in, nope, I already chopped it all up, I think. Okay, so I brought in the appliques when I saved them. They came in pieces like this. Well, when I assembled all of them, it occurred to me that I have lots of blank pieces, and I didn't like that. So what I did is I came over here, and I grabbed my brush, and I just went through, and I filled in all of the missing pieces that I wanted, so that it ended up looking like this. Okay, let me delete all this, because I'm not saving that piece. Okay, so that ends up looking like this. Now, do not change the size. You have to remember that. You have to keep everything the same size, because this is going to go into your embroidery machine. Okay, so then I have this, because this was my SVG that I made up, so I could send it to Embrilliance, to the Stitch Artist program, and make my digitized file. So this was the original that I had made up in ScanNCut a lot. Okay, so let's send this to page 1, and I gotta grab this little doohickey too, and send to page 1 as well. Okay, so let's get all of this stuff, and we're gonna put it all together. Okay, oops, I forgot. I need to grab this piece. I forgot to put them all together the way they're supposed to be. Get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, so this is how it is going to look, okay, when it's all said and done and all put together. Okay, let me make this a little bit of a lighter color so it's not drowning everything out. So this is how it's all going to look when either I stitch it. Okay, so I can either stitch the outline, that black wing outline, and the pink I can stitch, or I can have that be HTV. I can do whatever I want to do with this now, okay, because it's mine, all mine. So when I do the camera portion of this, I'll have this part because I saved it, and I'll go in and show you how I saved it. I have 3 parts. So this will definitely be my applique piece, but it can be out of fabric, it can be out of HTV, or it can be out of that embroidery glitter vinyl. And this, well, this can be the digitized satin stitch, okay, or this can be a fill stitch. This will be a satin stitch, or this can be out of HTV, and I'm going to show you what I need to do to this to make it a little bit bigger, okay, and I will also need to change certain parts of this, all right, but you see, then I need to save things a little bit differently. Then this can be out of HTV, or it can be a satin stitch file as well. Now you see, when I've said it has taken me forever to do this, this is why. You can break this file apart and do so many different things with it. Okay, so let me open my file structure here on my stick, and let's see what I have saved so far. Okay, here's all the working files of my little file I have here. I don't want the big ones. The big ones I put on Shadow's collar, her little bandana collar that I made her. So I don't want that right now. What I want to focus on is this. And remember, you can save the Pez files and the working files on the same stick that you use in your ScanNCut. It will not hurt it, and it reads these just fine. Okay, so I have the HTV. Okay, for the rescue. I have an applique cut file, which is that solid wing thing. And then I have a regular applique, which is that one piece wing, which I can delete. I don't want that. Alright, so I know I have this saved. And what I'm going to do, so that I don't screw up and delete the wrong one, I'm going to go ahead and export all of this to my stick. When I get to the ScanNCut, whatever I don't need, I can just delete off of there once I'm into that file. Okay. And I'll just save it as entire applique file. Okay, so if I want to pull something off of there, I can. If I want to just cut that out, I can. Or that, or that. It doesn't matter. I can delete whatever I don't need. At least I know it's saved. I can also save it as a SCUT file too. Okay. Okay, so let's get rocking and rolling on this. I'm going to send this back to page 3 because I just want it out of the way. Now I need to work on these. Well, let's see. What are we going to do? What do we want to do right now? We already have a stitch file saved. Okay? So I already know that I have my embroidery stitch file saved. So now let's say I want to make an applique out of the HTV. Excuse me for the hiccups. Alright, so we have, if we want this part to be the glitter vinyl, and we want this part to be a regular HTV. Well, we'll know we need to trim this out because this HTV has to adhere to the shirt, okay? Or if you wanted, you could just have this cut out and stick the HTV to this piece, okay? Doesn't really matter. Whatever you choose to do. Okay, so you have to cut this out, but I'm actually going to come in here and I'm going to try to capture a little bit of a shadow layer. Let's see, let's fluff it up a little bit. Now that's too much. No, not that much. Let's do 0.9 and see what that gives us. So 0.9. That looks okay. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Let's see how it looks on here. Oops, I went to the back. Object, arrange, bring to front. Okay, now let's try layering that. Yeah, it's too much. So delete it, and let's try it again. Effects, shadow layer. Let's try 0.6. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, that looks a little bit better. Yeah. Object, arrange, bring to front. Center it up. That looks a lot better. Still not a fan down here on the edge. So I may knock that down a little bit, like with the eraser. Let's pop it up here. Trying to bring it in maybe with the nodes. Might have to fluff it up a little bit more. I'll come back when I have the nodes edited. Okay, that looks a lot better. So now you can at least see the lines through there. Alright. Okay, so now I have this and we're ready to line it all up. Oops, you know what? Nope, I got to do this first. I want to duplicate this. Okay, so we're going to duplicate it. We're going to line these all up. Okay, and remember, when you do any of these path functions, okay, you can only have 2 items selected. So let's do path. Let's do the back minus front. Okay, bring this over. Center. And put this on here. Come on. And center those as well. Oops, let's bring this to the front. Object, arrange, bring to front. Okay, so here we have our fully made file now. Okay, so this back part can be your glitter, embroidery glitter vinyl. So that's just sitting there, but I really recommend putting that like the Palon Wonder Under on it, so it's still like an HTV, but it's really pretty, really cool stuff. So that actually does have adhesive on it, okay, but it has an encapsulated top part. It's really shiny, really pretty, so you can actually put glitter vinyl on top of that and it sticks really well. And then you'll have this part and it's trimmed out, so this piece, be it another color of glitter vinyl if you want, but this part will be an HTV if you choose. Okay, so you can put that right on top of there, and because that bottom layer is trimmed out, it's gonna suck right down and stick to the material. Alright, so then I can come in and add my layer of, other HTV if I wanted to, or I can put this on top as a stitch file, and then I have a really pretty 3-layered file just by doing it this way. Okay, So that's how you go about putting the files together. Now I'm going to go ahead and keep working and finishing up creating the different files, because then I'll show you guys in the camera work how to put them all together. Alright guys, so stay tuned for, there may be, I think I'm going to try to do this all together. Alright, thanks a lot guys.